Hi everyone. So when we say about SAP, we have discussed that SAP is all about your data. What are those data? So in today's video, we are going to cover what are the important set of data are there in SAP MM and what are the differences between those data and who are responsible to create which data and who needs to learn about which kind of data. So that all we are going to cover in today's video. So let's start the session. And I believe in the last class we have seen or we have discussed about difference between end user and SAP consultant. I hope that video will be or that video was helpful to you to consider what choices you have to make or what thing you have to decide to learn SAP MM or not. That will be helpful for you. So in today's topic, we are going to discuss about what are the set of data that are being used in the SAP structure or SAP architecture. So now to start with, we are having four set of data in the SAP ecosystem. We are having four set of data. So first thing is your organizational data. So if you are new to SAP or if you don't know about SAP, so it will be a crucial session for you. You need to understand what are the basics of SAP, because when we say about SAP, we have discussed or we have said that SAP is all about data, right? So first, it will come to the organizational data. So what is the organizational data? So basically when we say about the organization, so when you are working in SAP or when you are not working in SAP, so whenever you are working in somewhere, so there will be an organization will be there. Let's take an example. Let's say you are working in Tata Motors or you are working in Reliance Smart or anywhere you are working, or let's say you are working in TCS, right? So wherever you are working, so that is a company, they have some line of business, so they are having certain, let's say, set of, we can say, working process, right? So that is basically called your organization. So organization means, let's say it is a Tata Motors, or let's say it is a Reliance Smart, or let's say it is a ITC company or any company is there. So they all have their set of organization. What are those organizations? Okay, that we can cover in some time. So basically if we say about the organizational data, so basically whatever organization you are working, inside that one, whatever organization structure or organizational elements are there, so those are basically called as organizational data. So now if you set your organizational data, which is a one-time data, so this data is a static data, we have to configure this data. Okay, so we means the consultants will be configuring those data. It is a starting or one-time created data. So only for one time we are going to create any kind of organization is there. So we have just to create one time. So for which organization you are going to implement the SAP, only for them you have to create one time this organizational data. So once we are creating the organizational data, then next data is our master data. So what is a master data and why we call it as a master data? So let's say you are performing some day-to-day activities, right? So let's take an example that you are working in Tata Motors. Let's say the first example. Let's say you are working in the Tata Motors. So what is the chain of operation or what are the actions that you are going to perform over there? Let's say major, it will be a manufacturing unit. So mostly you will be needing some materials to be manufactured and some material to be manufactured, right? So you will be taking some raw materials and from that one you will be creating some finished material which can be directly used, right? So if a Tata Motors, motor is a, or we can say car is a end product. So for that one, basically what are the basic needs are there, or day to day what things you will be needing? First thing, you will be needing a material. Let's say it is a raw material or finished material or semi-finished material. So material you will be needing. Next thing what you will need, so some suppliers will be there who are supplying you that material they are going to supply. Or next thing, if we say, there will be certain terms and condition will be there which we can maintain for the material and the supplier combination. Those kind of data we call it as a master data. So that also we can maintain it one time. Okay, so we are going to create the master data also one time based on the organizational data. So for this organization we have created an organization. For that organization, whatever things are required to perform their day-to-day activity, those things are called as a master data. So we are going to maintain it one time, like a material, like someone needs an employee, someone needs a machine. So all those kind of things will be coming under your master data. Once we are creating the master data, after the organizational data and master data is set up, like your organization is set and whatever things you need to have your day-to-day operations alive, so that data is also live. Now what you have to do, you have to perform your day-to-day transaction. Let's say you have to create any manufacturing, you have to sell any product, right? So let's say you have to place in your purchase order. So all those kind of things will be coming in your transactional data. So in the transactional data, basically in the day-to-day life, whatever transactions are going to be performed, let's say there will be a purchase requisition or purchase order, or let's say there will be any kind of, let's say, production order or any sales order, any kind of things will be there. So that is basically called as a transactional data. So whatever transactions you are performing, based on that, what data is getting created, that is basically called the transactional data. Now this is a dynamic data or daily created data. So every day you will be creating certain different kind of data you are going to create, right? So that is basically, we call it as a transactional data. Now based on this transactional data, what will be happening, let's say the CEO level or let's say the manager level people, what they need, they will not perform day-to-day activity like creation of any, they are not going to place any orders, or they are not going to do any kind of sort of work. So what is their work? Their work is to extract some of the report, like what is the consumption. So they need an insight, right? Whatever things are going on in the organization, they will need an insight on that one, or let's say they need an analytics on that one. So based on that, we will be having certain reports. Let's say what is the consumption report, what is the sales report, what is the purchase report, what is the balance sheets. So everything will be coming under your reports. So these are the major data we can see, or we can use, or we are going to use inside the SAP, or this is basically in the SAP MM. So we are looking into the SAP MM perspective. So these are the data will be required in the SAP MM. So now if you want to learn SAP MM, just stay tuned in the channel. So we are going to, every day we are going to learn something on the SAP, and we are going to learn something new on the SAP MM. So regular classes will be uploaded from now onwards. So stay tuned in the channel, you will be getting some more knowledge. And if you need these slides, or if you need this PDF document to understand what is the, let's say to just to read out, or just to understand what is the concepts of this one, just comment PDF in the comment section. I will try to send you the document. And once 100 comments we receive, we will make it public. So we will be sending a link in the public section or in the comment section, where everyone can get the PDF document. Or you can do one thing, you can follow me on LinkedIn. I will be sharing the document over there. So now let's little bit deep into the what are the different type of organizations. So this is what we have already discussed, organization structure. So if we say about the organization structure, let's say there will be a company will be there, let's say there will be a plant will be there, some purchasing department or some purchasing organization will be there, and there will be a storage location will be there. So these are majorly, we can say, SAP MM side organization structure data we can say. Now if we say about the master data, so master data, we can say vendor master or supplier master, material master, and there will be employee master, GL accounts will be there, and there will be a lot more different master data will be there, for which we are going to create them, or we are going to upload them. Now next thing is your transactional data. So once your master data and organizational data is completed, so you can create any purchase requisition, purchase order, or goods receipt or invoice receipt you can create. So these are some of the transactions we are performing, or the end users are going to perform in the system, that we are going to see. Maybe in some classes we are going to see those. So now this is basically, if we say about the overview of the data, so this will be the organizational data plus master data. We will use these two to create a transactional data, like a purchase order will be created based on the master data, vendor master or material master, and with the organization, whatever organization is there. So based on that, we are going to create any transactional data. Now based on this, we have already discussed the reports. So this is how some reports will look like, or some reports will formulate, right? So based on that, what will be the monthly send, what is the vendor distribution, what is the purchase order history or PO history is there. So based on that, based on the demand, you can generate some reports. So there are some standard reports are there, or you can generate a custom report also. So now this is all about the master data. Now if you want to see how we can configure or how we can create these data inside SAP, just comment config. I will try to see you in the next class, where we can try to configure these data inside SAP. Whenever we reach 100 comments, then only we can plan for the next class, right? Just joking. Don't worry. So you just let me know if this class is useful for you, or if you are able to understand something from this class, or if you get some new information from this class, just do let me know. I will see you in the next class when we can see how to configure this organization structure in the SAP system. So that we will see in some classes. Maybe some other topics are left, so I will cover that one also for you. And definitely we are going to see in the next class, in the configuration section, we will see how to configure these data in the SAP side. Okay, so that's all for today. Let's meet in the next class. Till then, bye bye and take care.